Hello everyone, welcome back to our UI UX design class. I hope you all had a chance to watch our previous video on misconceptions in design. If you missed it, don't worry. You can find the link in the description below. So in today's class, we are diving into an essential aspect of design, which is the principles of design. But before we begin, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for your engagement and enthusiasm in our design classes. Your comments, emails, questions, and ideas are what makes this community thrive. So please keep them coming. If you are new here, my name is Esther, a passionate UI UX designer with a mission to empower aspiring designers like you to create intuitive, visually stunning, and user-centered digital products. So whether you're a beginner looking to enter the field or a seasoned professional seeking to enhance your skills, this channel is designed to provide you with valuable insights and practical knowledge. Now, let's quickly recap some of the misconceptions we addressed in our last class. It's important to know these misconceptions to enable us gain a deeper understanding of the design field. So we learned that design is not only about making things look pretty, it also involves problem solving. Another one says that design is not only for people with natural artistic talents. You can learn it. Yes, you. I mean you watching this video, you listening to me at this moment, you can learn it. The amazing news is that anyone can be a designer when you are dedicated, continuing in learning and practice. Because in design, you would need to consider your users' needs, your audience needs, their behaviors and interactions to enable you create user-centered solutions amongst others. So in today's video, we will be exploring the fundamental principles that drive impactful visual experiences. Before we jump into the principles, let's take a moment to understand why they are so important. Number one, design principles help create visually pleasing and aesthetically appealing designs. They provide guidance on how to arrange elements, use colors, create balance, and establish harmony, resulting in designs that are visually attractive and engaging to the users. Number two, design principles help in effectively conveying messages and information. So they guide the designers in organizing and presenting content in a clear and intuitive manner by applying principles such as hierarchy, contrast, and alignment, which we will talk about when we get into the practical aspect of design. Designers can ensure that important information stands out and is easily understood by their users. Number three, design principles play a crucial role in enhancing the user's experience. They help designers create intuitive and user-friendly interfaces, websites, products, or experiences. By considering principles such as proximity, simplicity, and movement, designers can ensure that users can navigate through the design effortlessly and find out what they need without confusion. Number four, design principles help establish consistency in visual identity and branding. So by following principles like repetition and unity, designers can create a cohesive and recognizable look and feel across the different touch points. Consistent use of design principles strengthens brand recognition and builds trust with the audience. or your users. Number 5, design principles provide a framework for problem solving. So you see that a designer is a problem solver. They guide designers in making informed decisions to address specific design challenges. By understanding and applying principles such as proportion, scale, and balance, designers can find effective solutions that meets the functional and aesthetic requirements of a project. In a crowded marketplace, design principles can help create unique and memorable designs that are not easy to miss. By using principles creatively and innovatively, designers can differentiate their work and stand out from competitors. Unique and well-executed designs can capture attention, leave a lasting impression, and build brand recognition, as we have said before. And finally, the 7th one is that design principles have the power to evoke emotions and create a connection with the audience. So, by utilizing principles such as color, contrast, and emphasis, designers can elicit specific emotional responses or create a particular mood in their design, whether a happy mood or a sad mood or a serious mood or a jovial mood. Emotionally engaging designs can leave a stronger impact and foster a deeper connection with the users. Design principles serve as a foundation for creating visually pleasing and effective designs. They guide us in making informed decisions that capture attention, convey messages, and evoke emotions. Now let's get started with the first principle, which is balance. Balance is one of the most important aspects of a design principle. And balance in design principle refers to the distribution of visual elements in a composition to create a sense of equilibrium and stability. But don't be fooled by the word equilibrium. A balanced design doesn't necessarily mean every element is given equal weight. Rather, it simply means that no one element overpowers the design. So everything works together to create a unified whole. Achieving balance in design helps distribute visual elements evenly, creating stability and harmony. Now, there are several types of balance. We have symmetrical balance as one of the types of balance in design principles. Symmetrical balance is achieved when elements are mirrored on both sides, creating a sense of formal equilibrium. This type of balance occurs when elements are arranged equally on either side of a central axis, mirroring each other. Like the picture we have here, where if you divide this image into two equal halves, you can see that both of them are mirroring each other. Symmetrical balance creates a sense of formality, a sense of order, and a sense of tranquility. It can be used for conveying stability, tradition, and professionalism. This type of design looks and feels stable. It can be a good choice for a very formal kind of design, where elements have equal importance. So as a designer, you would use a balance of white space, which is the breathing room around your elements, and it's also called negative space. And then you would use positive space as well, which is the actual element, to ensure that the composition isn't too empty or too full. So in this example I have here, You are seeing rectangles, you are seeing colors given equal weights on both sides. The designers would probably use repetition in shapes and text to achieve this kind of balance. So you see that the text may look alike on both sides, the elements will look alike on both sides, the negative spaces would look alike, would be the same on both sides. The next one we'll be talking about is asymmetrical balance. Asymmetrical balance. Asymmetrical balance involves arranging different elements of varying sizes, colors, and textures to create a dynamic and visually interesting composition. Most of the websites we have today carry asymmetrical balance. It involves arranging elements of different sizes, shapes, colors, or textures to achieve a sense of balance without mirroring. It relies on the visual weight of the elements rather than a literal symmetry. Asymmetrical balance creates a dynamic and visually interesting composition. It can convey a sense of movement, energy, and modernity. So balance doesn't require a 50-50 division or a mirroring of identical visual elements across two sides of a plane. You can use varied shapes or sizes on a page to achieve a symmetrical visual balance like what we have here. The next one we are looking into is visual weight. So we've spoken about symmetrical balance, we've spoken about asymmetrical balance, now we are talking about visual weight. Each element in a design has a visual weight, which is determined by its size, color, darkness or lightness, complexity, and other visual attributes. So balancing visual weight involves distributing elements in a way that the overall composition feels visually balanced and stable. Heavier or lighter elements may require fewer counterparts of lighter or smaller elements to achieve balance, like we have here. The next type of balance is vertical balance. Vertical balance refers to the distribution of elements from a top to bottom within a composition. It ensures that the elements are visually balanced in terms of their placement along the vertical axis. Vertical balance can be achieved by positioning elements in a way that maintains equilibrium and prevents the design from feeling top-heavy or bottom-heavy. The next kind of balance we are looking at is horizontal balance. Horizontal balance relates to the distribution of elements from left to right within a composition. It ensures that the elements are visually balanced horizontally, avoiding a design that appears loop-sided or unbalanced in terms of weight or visual interest, like what we have here. The next kind of balance we have is radial balance. Radial balance is characterized by arranging elements around a central point, resembling the spokes of a wheel. It creates a sense of equilibrium and harmony, with elements radiating outward from a central focal point. With this type of balance, elements don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but they may end up that way naturally, since everything radiates from one place, like we have here. The final kind of balance we have for today is color balance. We have spoken about symmetrical balance, we have spoken about asymmetrical balance, visual balance, vertical balance, horizontal balance, radial balance, and finally we are talking about color balance. Balance can be achieved through the distribution of colors within a design. Balancing colors involves considering their saturation, intensity, and placement to create a visually harmonious composition. Colors can have different visual weights, and balancing them ensures that one color or hue doesn't overpower the others. Now, a lack of balance means that individual elements overpower one another and compete for attention or dominate the page. This might include too much of contrast, visual clutter, a lack of alignment, or blocks of text. But at the end of the day, a lack of balance causes a sense of tension, resulting in a design that is not so visually appealing. Achieving balance in design is crucial as it helps prevent a composition from feeling loop-sided or visually overwhelming. It allows the eye to comfortably move around the design without being drawn too strongly to one particular area, leaving the others blank. Balancing ensures that all elements within the design have the appropriate visual weight and contribute to the overall harmony of the composition. So designers can create balance by considering various factors such as the size, the color, the shape, the texture of elements, as well as their placement within the design. It's important to note that balance does not necessarily mean symmetry. Symmetry, asymmetrical, visual, vertical, horizontal, radial, and color balance can achieve a balanced composition when done effectively. By understanding and applying the principle of balance, designers can create visually pleasing and harmonious designs that captivate and engage the users. Did you know that Andrew Wyeth was a designer in the 20th century and was a great master of the principle of design? I know you didn't know that, but now you know. And there you have it, part 1 of the fundamental principles of design. We talked about balance in this video. By understanding and implementing these principles in your design, you can create visually appealing and impactful experiences. Remember that these principles are not strict rules, but rather guidelines to help you make informed design decisions. Experiment, play around it, and see how this principle of balance can be applied creatively to suit your specific design goals. If you have any question or insights about the principle of balance, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to understand your perspective about the principle of balance. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you found this class insightful and inspiring. Remember, UX design is all about creating experiences that delight and engage your users. So keep honing your skills, staying curious, and exploring new possibilities. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated with our future design lessons, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others who may find it valuable. Your support helps us grow and reach more aspiring designers like yourself. Thank you all for joining me in this class. Let's continue to learn, explore, and challenge these misconceptions together. Until next time, keep designing, keep creating, and keep making the world a better place, one user experience at a time. Take care and see you soon.